My dear friends, there was a day when I ceased asking the world for permission to be who I desired to be. Not because the world approved, but because I discovered it never had authority. You believe circumstances hold power. You believe people hold power. You believe time holds power. But I tell you, power was never in those things. Power was seated in awareness. And awareness is what you are. You have been living as though you are a petitioner in the court of life, begging, hoping, negotiating. But you are not the petitioner. You are the judge. You are not the actor reading lines from a script written by fate. You are the playwright. And the moment you realize this, you cease reacting and begin decreeing. For years people asked me, how do I change my life? And they expected technique. They expected effort. They expected struggle. But the change begins in a single invisible shift. I stopped trying to make things happen, and I began assuming they already had. That is the throne. And you must take your seat. Now listen carefully. There is an inner throne within you, not symbolic, literal in experience. It is the place in consciousness where you decide what is true. Every day, without knowing it, you take a seat somewhere. You either sit in doubt or you sit in decision. You either sit in fear or you sit in authorship. When I say assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, I am not speaking poetry, I am describing relocation. You must relocate your identity, not improve it, not decorate it, relocate it. If you desire wealth, do not ask how do I get it, ask instead, who would I be if it were already mine? And then sit there, not for 5 minutes, not as an exercise, but as your dwelling place. The world rearranges around the seat you choose. It cannot do otherwise, because the world is yourself pushed out. Most people exhaust themselves trying to fix conditions. They attempt to change behaviors, improve habits, control thoughts, but they ignore identity. You do not get what you want. You get what you are conscious of being. Let us say a man desires financial freedom. He studies markets, he works harder, he visualizes money, yet inwardly he feels temporary, he feels uncertain, he feels trying, and so his outer world reflects instability. But the day he stops trying and begins being, something shifts. He no longer chases opportunity. Opportunity finds him. Why? Because consciousness is causation. You do not attract what you want. You reflect what you accept as self. The world is a mirror without bias. It does not argue with you. It simply says yes. If you say I am overlooked, the world says yes. If you say I am chosen, the world says yes. You sit on the throne every hour. The question is, what decree are you issuing? Now here is where most abandon the throne. They assume and then they check. They declare and then they look for evidence. They sit in wealth and then they check their bank account to see if it agrees. And when it does not, they abdicate. You must become loyal to the unseen. Loyalty is not forcing belief. It is refusing to demote yourself when appearances contradict you. The 3D world is delayed news. It reports what you are conscious of being. It does not report what you are choosing now. So if today you assume health, abundance, love, but yesterday you assumed lack, the world may still display yesterday's newspaper. Do not argue with old headlines. Write new ones. Remain seated. The bridge of incidents will unfold. You will meet the right person, hear the right idea, be moved to the right action, but it will feel natural. It will not feel mystical, because manifestation is not magic. It is identity expressed. Creation does not happen in noise. It happens in silence. Before sleep, when the body grows still, there is a doorway. In that drowsy state, you are most malleable. There the conscious mind softens, and the deeper self accepts impressions without resistance. If you enter that state nightly and feel your desire fulfilled, not visualize frantically, but feel the naturalness of it. You plant a seed,